And just a reminder that Nicolas Meregalli has a 100% submission rate at the World Championships so far this weekend.
Yeah, it's been a really stunning campaign from Nicolas Meregalli in his weight class and the absolute. Opened up today with a wild match with Felipe Andrea. If you didn't catch the one, go back and watch the replay. Felipe brought the heat, but Meregalli eventually secured the submission win. And yeah, he's just been, you know, really dynamic, incredible athlete. Also one of the few that kind of goes against the statistic that if you score first, you're the one to usually win. Typically in Jiu-Jitsu, that's the case, but Meregalli, such an aggressive fighter, always looking for the finish, sometimes proves that one wrong.
Oh, look at this deep lasso hook here from Meregalli. It's just something that he's so good at. It's kind of interesting, though, because, you know, we see the styles. First of all, we see the physiques of both Meregalli and Munis. Very similar. Very long, very leggy, and obviously both in the super heavyweight division, so the same weight. But then, stylistically, they share certain things. Number one, of course, is those long legs. They use them so well in creating distance. This Della X position here from Nicolas Meregalli, such a powerful tool. He's used this since the brown belt days. But on top, both extremely quick, great footwork, great guard passes. So for me, very intriguing and very interesting to see exactly how their jiu-jitsu matches up right here.
Aggressively chasing a loop trick there for a second was Meregalli.
He's so good at that. Well, there's John Danaher sat in the coach's chair, keeping a very close eye on his new athlete, Mr. Meregalli, who joined up with him right at the beginning, I believe, of end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Nice sweep there from Meregalli. And of course, the idea was that Danaher would help him get ready for ADCC and no-gi competition, but the relationship seems to have been very beneficial in many different aspects.
Absolutely. Nicolas has talked about in his interviews feeling refreshed, you know, a new love for jiu-jitsu, and it shows. You know, we talked about all weekend how he's having a good time out there. He's not feeling like a caged animal, you know, like a wild beast. He's just simply trying to show off his jiu-jitsu, and so far done so in stunning fashion.
Now, when we see, oh, there it is. I was about to say, when we see Munis play on bottom, do not be surprised to see him employ lapel tactics, 50-50. He's really good at tying up his opponents from bottom. When he's on top, he's got a very open game. He's got great Toriander-style passing, great footwork, just like Nicolas Meregalli. But on bottom, whereas you'll see Meregalli play primarily collar sleeve. Oh, going high. He's Meregalli trying to get an arm, but that's going to be 2 points for Munis. And whereas Meregalli uses the lasso and collar sleeve from bottom, Munis loves the 50-50 and the lapel. But in this case, I kind of feel like Meregalli hasn't really been fighting those sweeps too hard. He's like, yeah, I don't mind being on bottom.
He's just so confident in his guard. And
there's the collar sleeve. Look at that. So aggressive with the free leg, right? Constantly stomping on his opponent's shoulder and hip, shoulder, hip, bicep. I think you don't need to be a long-legged guard player to take inspiration from watching somebody like this do jiu-jitsu either, right?
Yeah, he's just so aggressive in pursuit of submission, but also throwing guys over his head, off balances from everywhere. Very dexterous legs, you know. Munis pretty conservative on top for now. I mean, I can't blame him. Meregalli's throwing the kitchen sink at him, but definitely not working too hard for the pass at this point in time. I think he's assessing the situation here, waiting for Meregalli to maybe slow down just a little bit. I don't know if he will.
Very interesting to note the way that Meregalli threads the lasso on one side. The moment it comes out, he puts it in on the other. Then he goes De La Riva. He's always looking to try to hook something or other. Munis had a momentary flash trying to come over the top there. Look at the extension that Meregalli must employ to try and knock Munis down. Could come up for two here. because Munis is so long. Sweeping somebody that long, even with long legs, Meregalli has to put extra step into it.
Meregalli opts to come to top. That'll be 2 points for him.
Evens the score.
And you have to think he's going to try and get this passing going before Munis gets a hold of the lapel and slows things down.
You know, I've never seen Meregalli go for a leg lock in his entire career. He just does not attack the lower body. He only attacks arm locks, kimuras, loop chokes, triangles, chokes on the back. Never seen him go for a leg lock, ever.
Here we see Munis, lapel in action.
Nice off balance there from Munis and knocking the hips to the mat. Just over 3 minutes remaining in this match, 4-4 on the scoreboard. Meregalli posting his hand on the mat, but his hips are off and doesn't look to be in the most stable of positions right here. This posture is definitely compromised. I feel like Munis is just waiting for that right moment to come up and to try and sweep once again. There it is.
Nice use of the panker from Meregalli to maintain top position. But Munis, great work to remain in attacking scenarios here.
Oh, look at the way Meregalli just immediately, he doesn't hang out at the 50-50. He's immediately trying to backstep around and to get out of that position. Munis did well to catch the leg there and put the shin on the shelf, we like to say, you know, put it on his shoulder to catch it. Now he's got almost something of a bear trap going as well. But that's the thing about Meregalli, he will not settle down into the 50-50. The moment that somebody tries to put it on him.
This could be a good sweep here for Munis if he looks to come up.
Potentially, yes. And there's only just under 1.5 minutes remaining now. Look at the way that immediately Munis, he scores, he comes up on top and he disengages. I find that very curious. He's maybe so aware of those attacks, especially the loop choke, right, that Meregalli has from bottom, that he's avoiding going forward straight in that transition. Take another look at the sweep here. And yeah, Munis was up and away, you see, like literally 10, 15 feet away before going back in.
Now this is interesting here. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. 2-point lead for Munis. Meregalli is going to have to really work to sweep and establish, and even that would just simply tie the score.
Which
something
would
I'm
take
sure
it to
he would not want.
decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Less than a minute now, 58 seconds. Meregalli up on a single. Switching the grip here. Munis looking to almost extract this leg. He's almost out. Oh, Meregalli's fatigued.
I feel Meregalli should have just dragged him back into the center of the mat and right on the edge of bounds, letting go of that leg. It's going to be hard to score 2 points now with only 23 seconds remaining on the official clock. Looks like a quick blood stoppage. Not really much point in stopping the action for too long now. And wow, Chase, I think that the gold medal is almost certainly in the hands of Erick Munis now.
Great work from Munis to set the tone early. Scored the first 2 points. We said that Meregalli sometimes proves that wrong, but that may not be the case in this match. Sits the guard, 15 seconds left.
Yeah, look at the posture from Munis. He's getting his grips. He's staying absolutely as far away as possible. He knows that all he needed to do was to hang on. Just a couple of seconds and the gold medal was his. Erick Munis takes his his second black belt world title after claiming the championship medal in December, the 2021 World Championships. Follows it up with a win against Nicolas Meregalli in the super heavyweight final here.
In your 2022 adult medal super heavyweight champion is Erick Munis, representing Dream Arts.
Rather muted reaction from Erick Munis, and I feel like he doesn't want to. What is this? Oh, he's going to propose. Oh, look at this. His brother Anderson Munis handed him a box, and he has run over to the young lady sat in his corner and dropped to one knee with a ring in his hand. And I think the answer, Chase, is yes.
Yes, indeed, Hal. What a moment here in the pyramid. I think it's the first time I've seen this in person. I don't know if this happened before. Well done, Erick Munis.
Oh, wonderful moment there. That's the stuff that makes the World Championship so special. Never would have imagined that we would see that here today, but remarkable. But the celebration of Erick Munis, rather muted aside from this, because he has to come back and he has to do it again this afternoon in the absolute final against Meregalli. Let's just take a little look at some of the key moments. There was one of the early sweeps from Meregalli. Answering back was Erick Munis. Did such a good job of setting his grips and then coming up on top. I feel that Munis was very smart in the way that he approached the match with Meregalli.
I think we should kick it on over to the podium here as we are getting our winners out. We'll be right back.
In second place, representing Dream Arts, Nicolas Meregalli. And in first place, your 2022 Super Heavyweight Champion, Erick Munis, representing Dream Arts.